see. Okay, it's recording there. And now when I hit this, it's going live,
Okay.
Facebook Live.
Right. But you know, you start yourself off like you normally do, man, and we'll conversate, man.
Okay, bet.
Yeah. I don't like to take the lead. I just, follow you, and you ask me what needs to be asked, and I can give you, my opinion on things. And I
Right.
do. I not tell you what because you
No, no,
you
no.
have to do better than I do. You
Uh-uh.
know.
Okay, three, two, one. There it is, baby. All right, hey.
What's going on
All
here?
right, what's up? Hey, everybody, I'm back a little bit. I haven't been doing too many interviews, been having a few things going on, but first of all, from me personally, I want to just thank everybody for all of the prayers and, with my Sherry K. Baker passing away, been posting thank you, but from my heart and my family's heart, thank you very much. And then on the flip side, my son and his wife Maddie Trey we have a grandson,
Congratulations.
Tatum James. So and this is his room. So we in his room now. Hey, this is his room. But
Right.
from my family to everybody, thank you very much, and thank you to my family, Yvette, Kelsey, and Kendall for keeping me grounded. All of the pastors, just everybody, just been hitting me up and still hitting me up, and still keep those prayers coming in because it's never over.
Exactly.
It's never over. Okay, the reason we're here, I say this, you stay in contact with me a lot.
Right.
And this just wasn't an overnight thing that this was planned,
Right.
for you to stay in touch with me. But I want to introduce, which everybody knows, Vincent Allen, and it's a pleasure and an honor for me to do this especially with what's going on. Your number 26 is being retired at Indiana State University, the Sycamores.
Right.
I mean, and it's the first player that's going through the accolades that's getting this honor.
First football player.
First football player.
Yeah. So.
So this is big and this is history. What me and you kind of touched on a little bit. So you can but this has been Vincent, and I want to say congratulations, man.
Thank you, and
Oh man,
thank
congratulations.
you very much. Like so, this is a very exciting time for me.
Right.
And the main thing is, as I look back on my journey as a football player,
Mhm.
I really had a passion for the game and a love for the game, and to have my jersey being retired by Indiana State, it's like one of the best things that ever happened to an athlete, and it's something I never thought of or didn't realize that something like this would happen after getting the news last year during homecoming. New athletic director Nathan Christensen
Nathan Christian,
told me
right.
about it, and it said that they were entertaining the idea of doing that.
Okay.
They would be releasing, once everything got approved, they would be let me know this year. So Wednesday, news broke on that, and all smiles.
I know. Really,
What what an honor. It's something, especially being 70 years old at this time, and
right.
to be able to share this with my family, my teammates, and friends. That's a thank you to all the people that helped me along the way. So it's a tremendous honor and something I'm very very proud of. And what can I say? And,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, after I've been knowing you for a long, long time. After your career, especially in church,
right.
you're a man of faith, so I know that. So us little guys looking up to you, we had to. You look. So we looked up to you and like, hey man, I want to be like, I want to be because the way you carried yourself and the way you carry yourself now, you're still involved
Right.
in everything, but the man of faith, and I know that because I grew up with you.
Sure.
Family wise, I know the church atmosphere that your family has gone through, but was you expecting this? I know you hit on it a little bit, you know.
Well, not really. I just, like I said, 70 years old right now. And I've
Right,
been away from
right.
the game a long time as far as, playing and things. And
Mhm.
it's just something that I, never thought about happening. And I was just, it's just an honor to be in the Indiana High School Hall of Fame, Indiana State Hall of Fame,
Right.
and I'm up still on the ballot for the 24 for the College Football Hall of Fame.
For the football.
And
That's
so I'm
right.
an opportunity to go in 2025, but I wasn't selected yet, but still on the ballot. And so that might, be another great thing to happen too, to be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. So, a tremendous honor. And like, looking back, I thought that, I learned how to play the game of football. I could do everything. I could pass it, I could kick it, I could throw it, and definitely run it. So it's, north, south, east, and west. That was my thing. And the Lord definitely blessed me with
Exactly. Exactly.
and I knew that anytime I stepped on the football field, in my mind, I thought I was the best player out.
Okay.
Might not have been to anybody else, but in my opinion, anytime I stepped on the field, I thought I could compete with anybody at the highest level.
Mm.
And here it is, and looking back, to have your jersey retired by your university, what an outstanding honor.
Right. And you have to, but you have to give it up to the Richmond High School,
Oh, sure,
your ex-players
sure.
too,
Oh,
because
yeah. Yeah.
they got you to this point also. I mean, like I said, you can't do it by yourself. But you can do it all,
Yeah.
but you just couldn't do it by yourself.
It's one thing, looking back, I played with a lot of great players, and I only got to come back to Richmond my senior year.
Right. Okay. Okay.
That's
That's right. Because you
played
can go. That's
1 year
right.
here. The team I played for in North Carolina, we were 13-0 state championships my junior year before I moved back to Richmond. So
Okay.
fantastic football team, and that's where I really gained a lot of confidence as a player.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think I had 26 touchdowns my junior year, but in 19 I had a few of them called back on punt returns, kicks, and returns. But we had a great team, and we were 13-0, didn't get scored on until the 11th game of the year,
Okay.
and we only gave up 20 points for the year. So
Since you didn't win the state or
yeah, we won
you
state.
didn't say
Yeah,
okay.
we won
Okay.
state. Yeah, and then to be second team all state as my junior. I think there was two juniors on that all state team, and basically everybody else was all seniors. And then to come back to Richmond, and I only had like 10 games to make a name for myself.
That's true.
And to come back and only had two scholarship offers.
Okay.
Versus Cincinnati and Indiana State.
Oh, okay.
And so I wasn't really heavily recruited or anything, but I knew that I could compete and I could play,
Right.
and got a chance to be selected to the North South All Star game, and I went down there and cut up a little bit.
And that's when
It all just materialized that way. So I knew I belonged and I could play with the best players in the state, and that was an honor. And played with a teammate Kim Willis, Richmond, and it's a lot of great athletes.
No
I
doubt.
played with Richmond, Daryl Tigg, Marlon Burns, Gary Burton, Mike Kinsey, just to name a few. And one of my favorite athletes when I came back, who I really looked up to, was my college roommate and best friend Johnny Henderson.
Okay.
And because he was back-to-back state champion and back to back. And watching him when I came back, and everybody else was out, partying or doing whatever they wanted.
Right.
He was always working out.
He was always
And
running.
in the rain, you see him running. In the snow, you see him running. And he'd wait when he did his party after he won state championship. Yeah. So it was just an honor to be in the presence of some great athletes, and to try to hold that tradition.
Okay. So why Indiana State? So
Well, looks like I said, that was only two offers that I had at
Mhm.
that time, and I went down for a visit. And I don't know if you probably heard the name Cam Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but I played
Yeah.
for Cam's dad, Tom Hart, and actually me and Daryl Teague went down for a visit,
Yeah.
and so they were wanted to offer us personal scholarships together. But I said, well, no, I don't think I can do that because I wanted to be on a scholarship. I thought I was deserving of a scholarship.
Exactly.
And I had that in Cincinnati, so I told him, thanks for the invitation and bring me down, but I think I was going to sign. Yeah. And I got a chance to speak with my cousin Larry Hall. I don't know if you remember the name. So he was a student down there at Indiana State, and I got a chance to mingle around a little bit, and I really felt comfortable with it. But when they offered the half scholarship, I said, well, I think I'm going to go to Cincinnati. So I was riding back home to Richmond, and former Richmond Red Devil John Brewer was upperclassman at the time. He gave me a call back and said, hey, Vince, he said, man, don't sign that contract with Cincinnati yet because they wanted to offer me a full scholarship.
Really?
And at that time, I was kind of thinking about it, and my grandfather was still living at that time, and I spoke to him and told him that I really liked Indiana State. I thought I would, possibly sign them there. And my grandpa passed away
Oh, okay.
before that time came, and so it's kind of like a sentimental thing for me. And I
Okay.
chose to. So I told him that I'd probably maybe sign down there. So I wanted to carry that through, and then in his honor.
Oh man, that was great.
So that was just a blessing to get the full scholarship and be able to go down there and
In
do
here,
that. Which exactly,
it's all about
exactly. Because I teased Cam, I talked to, sent text message to Cam the other day, and I said, "Oh, yeah, your dad." I remember I always tease him about offering me that half scholarship.
Yeah, scholarship.
So I'm glad he changed his mind, and then look what's happening now. So it's a like I said, great experience, man. It's high school kid, and playing the youth football and everything. Like I said, the Lord, I knew that I had a talent. And sometimes you just recognize that, and my quickness was like unmatched.
And low center too.
I mean, I just and I knew that I had an advantage. If I'm looking at you, it's going to be a problem. To tackle me, and I always felt that way. And I really got a kick out of everybody telling me, "Well, you're too small, and you can't do this, and you can't do that." But that was kind of like my motto. I love to go out there and compete, and I let everybody know that I had the dedication and determination and desire, unmatched, so I could put that on it with any level that I played at. I thought I could be successful at career. So that's very important. I could always felt that way, and you can't tell me that to this day.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I still see you all at
Yeah,
football games. You
sure.
still involved with the
Yeah,
youth,
sure.
and I love it.
Yeah.
So you just came back home and just stuck with it.
Yeah, I got an opportunity to work with Coach Richard Bryant at the time, so head coach, and then he gave me the opportunity to come in and to coach on the high school level. And after that, I was head coach with the middle school program over at Hibbert,
Right.
and on the board of director for the youth football league here in Richmond. And I've always been involved, with the youth football here and try to give back. And it's a very important thing that when I was small, I had a lot of people come back and talk with me and stuff like that. So the main thing is just be a positive influence on the kids and let them know they can be successful in their life. And I thought that was very important. 'Cause, character is a lot. And that was one thing the game of football taught me, how to be a good character, good person, and treat people with respect. And when you go out there to play the game, try to be the best you can be. And I don't care what position you play or how bad your team is. Anytime you step on the field, try to be the best you
Trying
can
to
be.
be busy.
Yeah.
You see that in the just for a comment. Do you see that in a lot of people?
Well, now it's kind of like I don't see that desire. Look at yourself. I remember when I first started coaching, I wanted everybody to run the ball like I did. So I'm like, at home, but everybody doesn't have the same style.
Exactly.
So I had to laugh at myself, because I was trying to coach them to run the ball like I did. So I, got that understanding. Hey, everybody's a different style.
Listen, you had a break.
You got to coach to their style, So, but today, I mean, you see it a lot. I don't want to say that you don't, but to me, anytime when you're out there, whatever sport that you play, try to be the best you can be. And learn your game, understand what your position is, and learn as much as you can. Be a great teammate, and be a person with character, and you'll be successful in your life. And that's what the game of football's taught me. And
Yeah.
try to live that, and try to be a role model. And like you said, there's a lot of times where I've done things, made mistakes in life, but where nobody's perfect. The thing is I learned from your mistakes, and being a better person after that.
That's how you recover.
I come from a great family, and my heroes coming up was my uncles, the Wards, Bob, Uncle
The
Stephen,
wars.
and
That's
my
right.
Uncle Allen, who were great athletes. So the desire that I had to be good. I don't like to call myself great, but I was a really good football player,
Okay.
and I learned that from my uncles.
Okay.
And they taught me how to be humble and to recognize the people that you play with, and make sure that you don't have a big head about you taking all the glory, because it's a team game.
It is.
And I understood that as a young kid, and I was just blessed to have three uncles that really instilled that in me. And so anytime they came to watch me play, it's on a full blast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but they would definitely talk about you and let you know you half stepping nephew. Yeah, yeah, and like I said, my cousin, here, Vegas, Ferguson,
Right. I
you
didn't
know,
even
and
know this
yeah,
last night.
yeah, and at one time in our college career, he was up in Notre Dame, and I was down in
Right.
Indiana State. But in our family, we were two of the best running backs in the country and the state of Indiana, and I could say that with a lot of confidence.
Well, and
So
I believe that with a
yeah,
lot of
and
confidence too.
so that was something. And I spoke with Vegas yesterday, and
Oh, did
he
okay,
gave me a
great.
call, congratulating me on the jersey retirement, and it's just a pleasure to be in that type of company, especially being up on the wall of fame. I call it with Richmond with with my jersey up there with him, and that was like a really tremendous honor for me to be up there because Lamar Lundy, Paul Flatley, some others like
I remember that.
Lamar Lundy,
You remember I got some stuff.
yeah, and so it's
Yeah.
and especially being here 1 year,
Oh, that's big.
and so for that, the high school to recognize me in that manner and to be one of the best players to play at Richmond High School, that was a tremendous honor, especially just being here for 1 year.
Right.
And when I came in, I was strictly business. But I knew I came from a great football team in North Carolina, and we had some great talent here too. So I knew I couldn't just come in and be average. So when I got out there, I had to make an impression on people, and anytime I got the ball, I was taking it to the house.
You feel too.
Trying to anyway.
Well, yeah,
Trying
because
to,
like you said, you want to make an impression on
exactly,
everybody.
exactly,
They didn't know who you was, so
exactly,
you
yeah.
wanted to work on.
And it was a challenge, and it was tough, but that's what I loved about the game of football because I was definitely confident in my ability, and like I said, the Lord blessed me with that talent. And so,
Exactly.
anytime I was preparing for a game or practice or whatever, I really took advantage of all my ability that I had. I wanted to make sure I was present out there on the field, and I think after the game was over with, when people come shake your hand, say, "Hey, little fella, good game."
Yeah.
So it was all about
It
me.
was all.
That's why I was happy. Like I said, the game of football has meant a great deal to me. Making a lot of the friends that I've made along the way, and still to this day, man, I have some great teammates. From
That's
Indiana
right.
State, John Brewer, Chris Hicks, who's Hall of Famer in Indiana State. He's really
Okay.
involved in a lot of stuff that I do. We talk all the
You
time.
do.
It's just a blessing to look back and be able to share what's coming up September 6th.
Right. And I
So
was
it's,
talking about that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
September
blessing.
the 6th. If you
Yeah.
can make it down to Fairhope and the number playing Eastern Illinois, September 6th. And man, I think I get to go.
Oh, oh, yeah, you definitely got a special invitation for sure. So it's going to be very like I said, very just really happy for Indiana State for doing this for me, and really looking forward for all my family coming in. I've got some coming from Texas, Florida, Michigan, and a lot of my teammates from Richmond High School are coming, and a lot of my former teammates at Indiana State will be there, and it's just a thing where I can say thank you to all of them. For helping me along the way. So it's something that's really looking forward to.
And I'm getting even chills talking about this, but you get me all access on the field.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Indiana State.
Indiana State.
They're
Gonna do
gonna
some stuff.
and be able to do some things. And like I said, we're great friends, and you're like family to me. And to be part of that, and to be able to do some things along that way, as long as we stay out of Indiana State.
Yeah, we're gonna stay out.
Right.
We got this. So before you get inducted there,
Right.
stay right there. You're gonna get inducted here. Come get inducted on my Black History Ball.
All right.
And I got my picture in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And I want you to sign it. And I wanted to put you up there earlier,
Right.
when we was doing a couple interviews.
Okay.
And I want to come over, but I think this one is it. So I want you to
when I sign autographs, it's $99.95 when I send you the bill.
okay, no, I want the beer. I want the beer.
Right.
And it's going right up there next to Tiger Woods and under Kareem.
That is pretty special.
I appreciate it. No, this is special to me, man. Yeah. There we go.
Right.
You see it, the first one signed. Here's your first one signed after this
Yeah,
one.
first one, right.
All right, I got it.
Hey, like I said, I'll send you the bid.
Okay, well, you bringing this one. Just keep it under $1.
Right. 99.95.
Yeah. Come on out. So, but I really appreciate it. And again, man, thanks for everything you do for the community. For this is well deserved. And when I posted that, I got some. It's about time. It should have been, but that's it is what it is.
The way that I look at it again is, when I played, I did the best.
You did the best,
And
right?
I've got a lot of great accolades from that, and
No doubt.
that's fantastic. And this is kind of like an icing on the cake for the university at 70 years old, and to have this happen and still be talked about at this time is and
It is a blessing.
this to happen. And like I said, the special part of it is having a lot of my family here and former teammates, friends to be able to share that moment with me. So it's thank you to Indiana State, Nathan Christensen's for spearheading this to make this happen for me, and that's just a blessing.
Okay, well, again, man, thanks for all you do. It's a blessing to me for
Right.
letting me do this, from we are the community. Everybody
Sure.
gonna show you love.
Sure.
All the kids love you and all of that. So I just want to say, like I said, thanks 3,000 times, but it's 3,001, man. Thanks a lot
Thank
for
you.
all you do.
Every time we can do this,
Come on, man. You love them too, man. All right. All right. Well, y'all remember September 6th at Memorial Stadium in Terre Haute, Indiana, against Eastern Illinois. Our guy right here, we are Richmond. Vincent is gonna have his number 26 retired, and that's gonna be big, and it's gonna be history.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to it. And like we said, we're gonna stay on the ISU's way, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Me and my wife looking forward to it. And thank you.
Right.
And this is an honor for me.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for trying to
All right. Again. All right. Well, another time when I get ready.
Hopefully, Richmond can make it.
Come on down, y'all. Come on down. There we go.
All right, my brother. Hopefully that hit it for you here.